The opinions, viewpoints, and beliefs presented on this program do not necessarily reflect those of the management, the affiliates and broadcast partners, or the sponsors. Listener discretion is advised.
Scarefest Radio, the radio you can see.
And hello, everyone, and good evening. We're starting the show, if you're watching live, about 10 minutes late. That's about par for the course from the way my week's been. But yeah, it's been a busy time. I have been doing so much Scarefest stuff. Ticket sales have taken off. I take personal credit for that. Vendor sales have bumped up. I take personal credit for that. I'm just going to go ahead and just toot my own horn. I am fucking amazing. I'm your host, Wes Forsythe. The original broadcast date is July 23rd, 2021, in the lead up to Scarefest 13. Our guest tonight is Claire Heaney. Claire is presenting at the Scarefest. My co-host tonight is Cece Ann. Cece!
Am I frozen? Am I live? Hi, everybody.
You're live. You're as live as can be. And you know what?
Hi, Wes. Hi, Claire.
Because everything.
Hi, Chad.
I'm going to put it on this view for a while, because now we got catching up to do. Introducing everybody, Claire, Cece, Claire. Claire is what I would call is a pop culture aficionado. Is that an accurate description? Would you say that was good enough?
I mean, I think that's a little over the top, but yeah, I'll go with that. That's very nice of you.
Well, I don't like the word expert. I don't like the word expert because I doubt if you actually went to college to, to do this shit.
There are colleges with pop culture as a major. I don't know if I'd send my kid to school for that, but
hey,
teach your own.
Well, you could send them to one of these Kentucky colleges. It's just pretty much a big high school. Anyway, so she's talking about, what did you talk about last year? I want to talk about, what was the last one?
2020. I didn't even realize Scarefest was, I feel like things were just
Well, it's
crazy.
2019. Because I know you presented, because I had you as a damn guest, so I know you were here.
Yeah, it was pretty, it was just kind of like winging it on the Twilight Zone. And then my dad came, so he helped me out big time.
Twilight Zone, now I remember. Okay, so this year, you're talking about the comparison between the Munsters and the Addams Family. Now, the Addams Family, if Wikipedia is halfway right, came out first, correct?
Yeah, so they were both kind of like the same time, like 1964 to 1965. And then the second season was 65 to 66 for both. So they were pretty much rivals.
So Wikipedia had it wrong. Nothing surprising there. I just kind of glanced at it. Now, personally, I never got into the Munsters. I hate to admit that. Now, Addams Family, I like. I'm not saying I was a big fan, but for some reason, this sounds really weird to say. I guess I felt like I related to the characters more. I have no clue. But I did. And Anita said the same thing. My producer / wife Anita said the same thing. She remembers Addams Family. Maybe it was just because they were in reruns longer. Because even everyone was not old enough to watch TV in 1965. So there. Now, what do you explore in comparing the two? What's your talk about?
So my talk, I'm trying to like spin it to make it more of like a family feud, like a game with participants, and then just kind of using the Munsters and the Addams Family. But yeah, for this talk, I was just gonna kind of just talk about that. I don't know, about the families, about like the relationships and whatnot.
Now from the chat room, their theory is that I like the Addams Family better because when Morticia spoke French, she was really hot.
Yeah,
and the Munsters. Yeah, to me the Munsters were all kind of homely. Except actually, was Marilyn? Which one was Marilyn in?
He was in the Munsters.
Okay, there, yeah. So except for the Munsters, so
the joke with that, of course, was that she was the homely one. Like they were like, oh, she can never get a date because she's so like poor, not poor, just she's the ugly one of the family. But like realistically, they were just scaring everyone away. Like all the suitors, they'd see Herman and run away. So blame it on her.
Little known fact that I read on the internet, which means maybe complete bullshit. The actress that played her absolutely hated the part and didn't want to do it.
Oh.
Were you aware of that?
I was not aware. That is pretty funny though, if like you audition for that and you're like, oh cool, I can get dressed up and I can do everything. Like, okay, nope, you're just gonna be the blonde girl.
I think why do I even have myself turned on yet? Oh, I know, because if I click the wrong thing, it'll you can here. I'm gonna get my everybody's seeing like two of me and they don't really need to. No. That still works better. Everybody, what happened was Skype wouldn't work before the show, so we jumped over to Zoom and set it up in a big ass hurry, and here we are. I do like the way though that my
I'm telling you, she's psychic.
Now, is anybody in this room besides me psychic? Claire, are you psychic at all?
I think Claire's psychic and doesn't realize.
Cece, are you now? Don't be pulling this bullshit the other guests did.
But I
Ruth.
did stay at a Holiday Inn Express once.
The Kentucky ghost hunters said no, we're not psychic when I asked them about it because we were having trouble at night, and then all of a sudden they start telling me all these stories about these psychic experiences and being empaths. So anyway, This show's going to take a lot of editing. A lot of editing. Now, back on topic. Addams Family Munsters. Okay, yeah. On the internet, basically, I was talking about Marilyn. She apparently was asked to audition. She didn't even want the part, but she got the part, and then that's a story. That's a story that's going around. What was your favorite, Claire?
Oh, definitely the Munsters. And then so I've been rewatching a lot of the episodes now as an adult, and like the humor just I get the Munsters so much more. Addams Family, they were rich. They were just kind of in their little castle of, not castle, but I don't know. They had money. I don't know where even Gomez got his money. He just did a lot of stock stuff. I mean, yeah, I don't know. Whereas I feel like Herman Munster is just like this doofy dude. Like I would totally date Herman Munster over Gomez any day.
Okay. Now we've gotten Claire's taste in men. Now before I throw it over to Cece, which we're totally off the clock now. Everything's totally jacked up. Let's just go, since you're into pop culture so big. I want to know, what did Claire Heaney binge watch for COVID? What did you do in 2020?
Oh God, I drank a lot. It's all a blur. I mean, of course, Tiger King was the top one. Oh. Everyone watched Tiger King. I guess, was there anything on Disney Plus? Disney Plus I just gotten in 2020. So I don't know if anything I guess like the WandaVision that came out later on. Binge watch that.
So
what about you guys?
Well, I mean, other than the Tiger King, which I consider pop culture trash, sorry. Just I'll put it this way, sometimes when you see things become popular because they're tacky, I just know that it's nothing that I would be interested in. So I stayed away from that. Now Disney Plus, of course, I got that. WandaVision I like. Falcon and Snowman. I absolutely love Loki. I've enjoyed the shit out of that. Of course, that was post-COVID, allegedly. But I went back and binge watched all the Avengers movies and every superhero movie I could find. That was my comfort food, if you will. So we're going to toss it over now to Cece, and hopefully things will run better while she's on the air.
That was funny that you said that, because I didn't really binge watch anything during COVID. I binged ate during COVID and binge drank during COVID. Claire, sounds like you hear me there.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
And now you have a degree in family studies. Is that what I'm reading?
I'm almost there. I'm this close, and I'm actually doing my thesis on like comics, like pandemic comics. So that just kind of that tied in really nicely, guys.
Well, tell me, what is a pandemic comic?
So pretty much just like web comics about relationships. Like you see them all over Facebook, and like that kind of just triggered because I was like, hey, like, you know, this is kind of like a little bit of a comfort. So yeah, just kind of going off that, and I'll just pull a whole bunch of different comics from different artists and look at like how they depict relationships during the pandemic.
Interesting. Do you have a favorite artist that you follow?
No, so it all started. There's this one comic. They're from Israel. They're called One of Those Days, and so it kind of branched off where I was just going to look at them, and then I started looking at other doodles. But yeah, my Instagram is just it's covered. So
okay, and of course, being on Scarefest, I have to ask you, what is your favorite scary movie?
Ooh. Oh no! So Chucky always got me. I'm just not a doll fan. And to this day, like the second if like you put me in a room of dolls, like I'm not gonna be happy.
Now, when you refer to Chucky, I mean, there's the old school Chucky, and then there was the new Chucky. So which one did you prefer, and why?
80s, like that still gives me goosebumps. Like I don't like just seeing him like run, and clearly it's a child, but just seeing the little feet, like nope, I'm out.
Yeah, he was creepy, right? And which one was your favorite out of all of them?
Ooh, I'd say the original, the Chucky, just what is it, Child's Play.
Yeah. I'm gonna go with Bride of Chucky because I love me some Jennifer Tilly.
Nice.
She's just special.
Yeah.
Okay, very good. And let's see, are you what else are you into? What kind of music do you like?
I'm all over the map. Like I literally, like on my MP3, I've got stuff from like sea shanties to like ska. The ska was a big one for me in high school, so I still I listen to that. Opera, and pretty much across the board. Like you put it on country, I'm in on it. My ears are in tune.
Very good. And what are your views on the paranormal?
Ooh, I believe in ghosts. Ghosts have to be real. I feel like ghosts, aliens, all that stuff. I don't know. Like I don't partake in it.
Okay. Tell me, why do you feel like the aliens have to be real?
There's got to be more than us. Like there's no question about it. It's just I don't know. And don't get me started. I don't know. I feel like there's stuff out there. There's got to be.
So do you think these big millionaires shooting off the rockets might find something?
They're up to something. I don't know what, but
they know something, right?
Oh yeah. Getting rid of NASA, like big mistake, big no. Space Force, that's got to have something. They're up to something.
Yeah, and back to the paranormal. I mean, is there a paranormal show that you like to follow?
Not typically. No. I've been watching not paranormal at all, but I've been binge watching Swamp People. But that's about
Swamp People. I don't know this one. Enlighten me.
Oh yeah. No, it's not anything about. It's just like guys just wrestling alligators. So that's been my like hungover show.
I hate to admit that I've watched that.
Is this a reality TV show?
It's like the same like 15-minute clip pretty much too. Like it's just different alligator, different guy.
And I'm assuming this is not based on like Swamp Thing, the movie. This is
No.
completely different.
Oh.
These are
I
just
would
guys
watch
in the
that.
bayou wrestling, rolling. Wow, did they ever get bit?
I think so.
I'm gonna have to watch that.
That's like the close. I don't know. I don't know where that came from. That has nothing to do with paranormal. But when I think of paranormal shows, it kind of has that same flow of like, this is what we're gonna do, and this is how we're gonna do it. You know.
Well, I think wrestling alligators is certainly an oddity.
Yeah, I like that.
And Wes, you've seen this show as well?
I have seen it. I mean, I'm not a big fan by any means, because, well, as Claire said, once you've seen one, you've pretty well seen the entire season. But they basically, it's a bunch of fake made-up drama. Because
as most reality TV is.
Yes, absolutely. I think reality TV started off as a pure concept, that was absolutely trashed by producers actually I shouldn't even say that, from the public, because we kept wanting more and more. We wanted to be titillated, as we say in the business.
So are you saying that swamp people can't hold a candle to Tiger King?
Oh no, Tiger King is like its own gender, or not gender, but own genre of whatever. Like I couldn't, like it just kept unraveling. Like what?
It's such a train wreck, right?
It is. Like how do people live like this? You know, and again, it just came at that perfect time where it's like, what am I doing with my life? Like this pandemic, I'm sitting at home, and it's like, well, at least I'm not in those shoes.
Very true. Very true.
Yeah, because, I mean, gay tiger trainer goes to prison, can't come out well. Everybody, we're going to go ahead and hop on our first commercial break. I apologize to my sponsors tonight. We'll be right back with more.
Spirit Mechanics is here to help. Their background includes many different specialties across the metaphysical spectrum, including alchemy, shamanism, Celtic witchcraft, angelic magic, astral travel, and more.
With over 30 years combined experience in the group, you can be confident in their ability to help. If there is a question you have that you cannot answer, they will do their best to assist you.
Metaphysics can be intimidating, confusing, and unfortunately, abused. Spirit Mechanics takes pride in being selfless in the pursuit of helping others, being humble and honest with their clients about their questions, and lastly, maintaining a professional and personable atmosphere. They want you to feel as you are coming to a close friend, and they will do everything in their power to make you comfortable and safe.
TellMeTarot.com. Rare tarot and oracle decks for the discerning enthusiast or collector. Odd decks are not for everyone. If you are a rare deck collector, art collector, or simply fall in love with a deck, then we might be for you. Right now, get 10% off your first order just for subscribing to their newsletter. Shipping is just $5.99 in the United States. TellMeTarot.com.
And welcome back, everybody, to Scarefest TV. We're going to talk a little bit about the Scarefest. Now, Claire, as far as getting involved, of course, speaking, this will be your second go-round. How long, are you a long-time fan of Scarefest? Is it something just kind of fell in your lap? I mean, they made me grunt to get my first speaking engagement. Of course, you see where I am now, which is undressed practically. But go ahead.
Yeah, so I moved here 5 years ago. I'm from New York City, and pretty much. I think I guess I just saw a lot of advertisements for it. And then I work at the haunted house on Tate's Creek, the Wicked World haunted house. And so they're a sponsor. And I guess, so I saw stuff with them, and I just kind of was like, you know what, I'm gonna go throw my hat in the ring and see if you guys will listen to me.
I wanted so badly to cut you off and do the old commercial bit. Anybody old enough to remember New York City?
With the moon? No.
Yeah, well, it was like steak sauce or something like that. To answer in the chat room, yes, we do have celebrity announcements tonight. We have 2 tonight. The one I thought we had the contract sewn up, and then somebody asked the celebrity a stupid question, and so now... Anyway, we do have some more celebrity announcements, horror celebrities. We got a couple of paranormal celebrity announcements tonight. So we're not done, and I do have some of them tonight. Now, on Chucky, I do want to throw out there that new doll was just butt ugly. There is no way anybody would take that thing home. Period. Now, so I just wanted to interject that into that last conversation. Now, as far as Scarefest, so you came from New York City. How bad was the culture shock?
Oh, it wasn't that bad. I don't know. Everyone asks that. I have a lot of friends that are like, how'd you do it? But I think I saw the eye on the prize of getting my own apartment, and there was a pool at my apartment complex, and yeah, I was ready to move. I was ready to get out.
Well, I can see the cost of living is obviously much less. Are the people really that much nicer?
Maybe. I don't know. Yeah, I guess. I think I'm just so nice that everyone is attracted to me.
Well, that very well could be, because we're Facebook friends,
yeah.
and we occasionally.
Oh, exactly.
What?
Very humble, very humble.
Well, I mean, as far, but no, it.
I will say that, like, so moving down here, another reason was, like, I'm into big bearded dudes. So, like, coming down here is the mecca of that.
Yeah, okay, yeah, I can see that. Yeah.
180 and under.
And just wait till the mullet comes back. Kentucky is ahead of the game.
Claire, I have to ask you then, if you're into bearded dudes, do you think Wes is sexy?
Oh,
you think I used to be? There, that's a better question.
I think that was a yes.
Everybody, I am going to go find the screen capture from where I did an interview 2 years ago. Now I realize I've aged 2 years since, but someone in the chat room on the show I was being interviewed on called me a silver fox.
Oh,
there.
I can see that.
Sexy.
So there. And I did not gain the COVID-15. Matter of fact, I've lost 10 pounds this summer.
Nice.
So, I don't know.
That's awesome.
I lost. Problem is, I lost it out of my ass. So now I'm one of those guys that jeans hang down around his knees half the day.
The ass bearded dude.
So anyway, as a speaker, now everybody will give you some background on the speakers at Scarefest. Of course, renovation. Oh my God, would TV news stop showing the backside of Rupp Arena? Now you haven't seen it, CC, but if you watch the evening news, the local stations, Lexington stations,
yes,
every time they talk about the renovations to Rupp Arena, they don't show the big inside, the big convention center. They don't show how they're coming on the meeting rooms and the UK things that they had done like day 2. Mm-hmm. They always pull the cameras around the back, which still looks like a world, like a third world country.
I love how we just segued from your backside to the convention center backside.
I caught that.
Well, I didn't mean it that way. And in high school, actually, it wasn't high school. It was after I was married. But one lady commented, I was a cool breeze because I had such a firm little butt. So there. So there.
Hot in here.
Boy, this is one of those episodes. Anyway, the point being,
they're showing terrible pictures of the convention center, which sounds like it's really progressing, but they're not showing that on the news.
No,
That's
yes,
unfortunate.
and so I mean, anybody who was to, this was, say, the first time they'd ever come, they would think they had to come and hang drywall to attend. That's what it looks like. So anyway, now the speakers, we did not think we were going to have meeting rooms, so we scheduled. Now the original thing, we were scheduling everybody in the bar over at Lex Live, which I thought was kind of an iffy idea, but I'm not in charge. Now, in the meantime, we've decided to move them back to the floor. Matter of fact, we may even get a meeting room in the building because they've got some of those done now. But at the very least, you will be in the convention center when you give your speech, so you won't have to hike across the street. And I worry, when they did they tell you? Well, I think they, I don't know if it was on the website or not. Did anybody tell you, Claire, that you might be giving your speech in a bar?
Oh, can we? I would do that in a heartbeat. Yes. Oh my God. I thought you were gonna say like in a parking lot under like a little gazebo, like hi.
Well, I will say there had to be a reason we had so many volunteers for the seminar team this year. But yeah, the reasoning behind it, everybody, it has this this TV screen in it. It's like the size of a starter home.
Wow.
Yeah, it's like, it's bigger than your apartment in New York, Claire. It's bigger than your apartment in New York.
That wouldn't surprise me.
but we have done that. Kind of brought that back into the fold, as it were. What, Claire? Okay, since we were on the subject 15 minutes ago. New York. What is the biggest difference in your opinion, in your observations, between New York and Kentucky?
So I'm actually gonna say like similarity. So funny story. It's like I was taking belly dancing classes in New York City right before I moved down here. And I went to like some show and I was like, oh, like I feel like I've seen this person up on stage before. Like this like looks exactly like the instructor I had in New York. Turns out it was actually the same person. So like it's such a small version. Like pretty much Lexington offers so much that New York City offers, just like in a more like achievable scale. Like doing the Scarefest, I would never have been able to do something like this in New York City. Like I would never have been able to compete. So
I think she just said the bar's a little lower in Kentucky. I believe that's the way I heard it.
I think what she meant was we're lucky to have her.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah. Yes, we're lucky that we got you over New York.
Exactly. I think it's just like it's it's easy to grab. Like you can go out there and you can try things and you can get looked at. Whereas in New York City, you're just a small little tadpole in a ocean. Or they don't hang out on oceans, but
welcome to You just described podcasting. You just described my entire online career. So
wow, yeah,
it's been a ride. It's been a rough ride. And
how is podcasting for you? Like since the pandemic, has it been better?
Same,
harder,
absolutely the same. Day after day. I mean, see, okay, I've been doing it so long that the only thing I can do now is innovate and, try something different, which we did have time to do over the last 2 years. We had, some segments and some content. And everybody, here's a little announcement. I'll make it right now because hopefully this will be put in motion soon after the Scarefest. Is you won't see as much of my fat ass because I am trying to let Cece and Chad and whoever else we bring in do the interviews, and I get to sit behind the scenes and bullshit. Just do news and segments and opinion and that kind of stuff. Yeah. I'm trying to get...
Wes, we need your sexy.
I'm buttoning this up. What can for one thing, I'm flabbergasted because I'm surrounded by all these beautiful women tonight, and so I have to be careful. I have to flirt, but I have to like old man flirt. That way I'm not creepy.
I'm just waiting for Anita to hit you on the back of the head.
She don't give a shit.
Little hand.
Move over so we can flirt with Anita.
Now, I do want to say in the chat room, it was not directed directly at me, but certain, I won't use her last name. Sherry says she loves flat-assed men. So, that granddad bond that I've developed over the last couple of years is going quite well with the ladies. I have an acquired taste. That's what now, I will say I got a compliment this week. It was pretty much spam. They want me to buy something. But a podcasting company approached me, and they had apparently watched the show because despite listing it as entertainment on all the major podcast networks, they said, we're putting you in the comedy genre.
I like that.
Yeah, I can see that.
Wes, you're funny.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, but it's an involuntary. It's a defense mechanism. There, that's what it's a defense mechanism. Okay, what else we got to talk about? We're going to do our celebrity announcements here right after this commercial break that's coming up now, and like I said, we've got celebrity announcements. We've got actually, even from the same agent, I've got two more that we've got to work finish up. So yes, we got some more paranormal, and we're going to talk about booking celebrities when we come back. Everybody, this is Scarefest TV.
Mama Ruby offers fun vendor-based events that focus primarily on the metaphysical and spiritual aspects of our lives. Well, 2020 didn't go as planned, to say the least. Since Mama Ruby's can't bring the vendors to you in person, they still encourage you to support them online. For links to these and other outstanding artists, craftspeople, vendors, and psychics, visit mamarubies.com and click shop.
Okay, time for celebrity announcements at the Scarefest. We present to you Aaron Ryder, who I have been trying to get on the guest list for the last 10 years or so. Anyway, Aaron Ryder from Destination Truth. She also did a UFO show, Chasing UFOs. Never saw it. But Aaron Ryder, who is famous for being around Josh Gates, who's a hell of a nice guy, but we couldn't get him this year. Anyway, Aaron Ryder is coming to the Scarefest, and it's her first time at the Scarefest. Our next announcement from Ghost Hunters and Ghost Hunters International fame, Chris Williams. Chris Williams, I think this is her second time appearing at the Scarefest. Roll down to my chat rooms. Chris Williams. Now, the catch on her is I've been trying to get an interview with her. Now I can throw my weight around. Yeah. Cool.
Yeah, that'll work.
So, Chris Williams, like I said, I'm pretty sure, correct me in the chat room, everybody, if I'm wrong, but didn't she come like the Scarefest 9? 8 or 9, right in there. Y'all can correct me if I'm wrong. I remember meeting her. Scream Queens and in the Lex Live Bowlerama is now a thing. Tickets are on sale. You can go to thescarefest.com, click the ticket link, and you can buy tickets to bowl with celebrities. And we've done something special. You get to pick your celebrity. About the only flying that ointment is once we sell out those tickets, we've got 14 lanes we can fill. So you might, oh damn, I picked her and I could have picked the other one. And actually, we may make guys, if they're willing to bowl under the label Scream Queen, I would be, because I can't throw axes. So anyway, but Scream Queen tickets are on sale. Take a look at that. Between 1 and 2 hours of quality time, cutting up, drinking beer with some of the loveliest ladies in the horror industry, and we may even throw in some paranormal. You never know. You never know. Tickets are on sale at thescarefest.com. Thescarefest.com. Get all of your tickets Saturday. Friday tickets are off the hook. I do not know why everybody wants to come on Friday this year. Anyway, Friday tickets are selling really good. All the tickets are selling good. I could not believe how many VIP tickets we sold. Oh my God. Apparently, everybody spending that COVID money. Anyway, film festival entries. Oh, God, throw axes. Yeah, that was on the screen. You can also throw axes with Kane Hodder, Ari Mahaloff. Pull that back up. I forgot who else doing it.
Rob Mello.
One more. Yeah, Rob Mello. There we go. Ari Mahaloff, Rob Mello. And we just put him on the banner, but my wife turned it off again. So I don't have the new banner.
You don't have bite me.
I didn't. Okay.
Your wife did nothing. Bite me.
Weird Science. Weird Science. One of the guys from that. Anyway. Now next week, as I indicated, there will not be a show because I will be on the road in the Great Smoky Mountains. We'll be driving Friday night to get to Smoky Mountain Fan Fest coming up July 31st through August 1st. And we'll be talking about that a little bit, some things that we're going to be doing there. And then the week after that, although I'll be able to do the show, I think, Northern Kentucky Holistic Market. I won't have to leave till Saturday morning for that. It's like down the road piece. Northern Kentucky Holistic Market called the Sacred Journey Metaphysical Market. Go to sacredjourneymarket.com for more information. I will be there doing really bad tarot readings like I am most months at the Central Kentucky Mystical Market, which is the following week. Tell me my August is not busy. Central Kentucky Mystical Market. Go to centralkymysticalmarket.com for a full calendar. And finally, little plug. Go to scarefestradio.com, go to the gift shop, and buy some stuff. We've got a gift shop set up. It's got Lost Year t-shirts commemorating 2020. It's got Scarefest Radio hats, and that's my announcements for tonight. Yeah, the Scream Queen Bowling, everybody, we've done an experiment where we're going to see if the teams, how they sell if you get to pick your celebrity versus the axe throwing, where you're in a pot, and then basically it'll be a draw to see what celebrity you get to axe with.
Those are some hot chicks that are going to be there. You're going to get to rub balls with Jenna Jameson.
And she would like you that you said that, by the way. That's exactly how she would put it. Yes, we're actually going out of our way to get really hot women to do Scream Queen bowling. Scarefest has traditionally been too much of a sausage festival in my home.
Yeah.
And so I've been making this big push to book the ladies of the horror and paranormal.
Which is surprising because horror has been one of the avenues where women have really been able to be leads and be really successful in that.
You say that, but when you think horror, you don't think of the leads. Correct me if I'm wrong. You think of Name
Jamie
horror.
Lee Curtis.
Okay, yeah. Yeah.
Barrymore.
Who'd you say, Claire?
Drew Barrymore? Was she in anything?
Yes,
E.T. Like Claire E.T. doesn't count.
Well, we jumped genres there, but anyway. There's a few.
Mia Farrow, Sigourney Weaver.
Sigourney Weaver, I'll give you.
Basic.
I'll give you. There's a few, but I'm just saying when most people think of horror, they think, they're going to think of the Jason, the Halloween franchises, the Friday the 13th franchises. Okay, then she'll go back to aliens back in my damn face. I started saying name franchise with a woman, but that's my point. Neve. Okay, now one thing, people, now in the chat room they're throwing out famous people, but they're not people that necessarily became famous from doing horror.
Okay.
I was gonna say because I feel like I can name actresses that came out of horror, but if you were to ask all right, who played Mike Myers? I know I'm probably really naive, but I honestly couldn't tell you the actor's name.
Right, that makes sense. I think of Michael Myers, I think of Jason as a character, but when I think of female leads, I know their names.
Yeah, but you have estrogen, so
as a launch for an actress.
I don't know, but I'm just saying. Even when Patty Starr was in charge of the Scarefest, it was still, you walk down the aisle and every table had testosterone behind it. Now that me being the sensitive type that I am, I like being surrounded by beautiful women, and so everybody buy bowling tickets so I can prove that I'm right.
So I think in 2019 you were supposed to have the Mountain from Game of Thrones. He's the bodybuilder, and I guess he canceled out or something. Oh, if that's my little dream. I saw that and I literally fell off my my chair.
Yeah, that was. I'm not in that category of large people.
Claire, am I hearing? Are you single?
Recently, yes.
Oh, that's for our viewers to know.
Yes.
That's right, boys. She's available. I'm taking this.
She's single, she's available, and she knows money and Adam's.
Oh, I know what I wanted to talk about. I was going to bring up next weekend, Smoky Mountain Fan Fest. I'm going to be doing cosplay both days, and Claire has done some cosplay, and CC has done at least a Halloween costume. I mean, I guess you do some. I don't know. I don't know where the breaking point is.
Isn't that costume play, dressing up for Halloween?
Well,
yeah, I like that.
Well, no, see, that's like saying I get drunk all the time and you only do New Year's parties. No, if you only dress up at Halloween, it doesn't count. You can't call yourself a cosplayer. I'm just saying you can't call yourself a cosplayer because you go to...
Claire, I have to ask, in the picture that we have of you on a Scarefest flyer for tonight, is that a Xena, the warrior princess outfit?
Yes, it is. Yeah. Oh,
well done. And what were you wearing that for?
I went to Dragon Con in Atlanta, 2018. Yeah. So that was my go-to. And there actually aren't a lot of Xenas out there. So it's kind of a fun, it's one of those where when people see it, oh my God, that's awesome. But it's not popular because it's so outdated, I guess. But it's one of those iconic characters that people know.
I recognized it right away, and you rocked it.
Thanks. Well, thank you.
Absolutely.
Okay. Quick answer in the chat room is Brand. He's going to Smoky Mountains with me. Smoky Mountain Fan Fest. No, Brandon will not be in cosplay. You can damn near guarantee it. Now, I'm going to do my tomb attendant with the full facial makeup and everything for Saturday. I haven't decided Sunday yet. What of my little my little collection, if you will, of characters that I've created. Now that's another thing, Claire. Okay, do you know, being a pop culture whiz, is it still technically cosplay when you actually just make shit up?
Yeah, Totally.
Okay.
So they call it like mashups. Like that's like a genre.
But that's like a girl playing Thor. That's what.
No, that's like a gender thing. But like, so mashups are like if like I did like an Ariel thing, but like I just put on like a sun hat and just like I did the color scheme of Ariel and I did the wig, but outside of that, it was just like me in a bathing suit walking around. So, like, yeah, like it's.
Love it.
Yeah.
Please bring that to Scarefest.
Yeah, carried around a little cocktail, a little margarita with me.
Okay. Well, I mean, hot single girl in a bathing suit. Yeah, that's usually a big seller.
It's like, what are you? I'm like, I'm drunk. Mama on the beach.
I like that. Okay, now the follow up to that was now CC last Scarefest you for Halloween or for whatever for the costume day you did that Disney character
from the Maleficent 2
yes,
movie.
Yeah,
it didn't go over well. I had a broken ankle and was in a boot at the time. It was hard to pull off.
Yeah, like people were looking at your feet. I guarantee that.
She looked hot.
I didn't even know you had.
Isn't she the gown?
I didn't even know she had feet until like Sunday afternoon. Anyway, now are you doing it this year? Or doing a character this year? Are you doing a costume this year?
Absolutely. I have some ideas about things I want to put together. Like you, I like to put things together from like around the house and stuff. I don't like to buy costumes. Like that whole Maleficent getup that I had with the horns was actually Solo cups and duct tape.
Now, wait. I'm going to put the brakes on this conversation. I want you to know that stuff I collected from the house probably is worth $500 because my tomb attendant, it's got a $200 oilskin coat.
Ooh.
The top hat. Yeah, I've got a top hat and everything. I'm even wearing a wig. And then I just spent...
Nice. I can't wait to see pictures of this.
$20 on makeup. I had to buy lipstick. My wife freaked out. Her shopping cart, her Amazon shopping cart, had black lipstick on it in it. And
I'm like, do you really need 2 tubes of this? Do you really?
Are you wearing her pantyhose too?
Two
want to?
I could.
Get by with one.
I wish I could. Now, I wish that 10 pounds would have got me in my leather pants. But it didn't. But I actually do own 2 pairs of leather pants that I've held on to from my younger days.
And do you cosplay with those now, or that's just for home role playing?
I'll repeat what I said, and that is that I'm too fat to fit in my fucking leather pants. It makes you, if I have to be more direct about it. Claire, now back to our guest. Claire, are you going to be doing a costume or cosplay for Saturday?
For Scarefest?
Yes.
I haven't thought about that. I've done Elvira before.
Yes, I've seen pictures of
that. And then because Lexington Comic-Con is in September, and I've been planning on doing a cosplay of, her name is Lady Dimitriou. She's from like Resident Evil.
Yeah, but I don't know what the real one looks like, because all these, apparently they put skins in that game now, and all of the skins are making all the female characters just wear like bikinis and lingerie, and so good luck with that.
Yeah, naked and yeah. I've stumbled upon these photos, but yeah, she just has the hat. Like, there's more to the costume.
Go ahead, watch one of them on YouTube and then find out how many you see.
Yeah.
So I just Googled this costume, and you will look amazing in that.
Thank you.
Just amazing, absolutely.
Yeah, I'm in like a fight with like an Etsy woman right now for a refund on a hat, but like I'm gonna put that on the side. Yeah, I'm on the search for the perfect hat. Yeah.
Well, everybody,
Oh, yeah.
we'll be back in a minute. It's top of the hour. It's time for our final commercial break. Then we got Bonehead Weekly with a movie review.
Horror. Movies. Fans. For. life. On Facebook, find us. For watch parties, for news, for memes, for friends, for life. Horror movie fans for life. Join us.
Everyone is talking about CBD oil. Most of us know that CBD is a cannabis compound that has significant medical benefits, but does not make people high. Its benefits include pain relief, anti-seizure properties, anxiety relief, fights cancer, reduces the risk of diabetes, and it is even used as a sleep aid. Blue Leaf Naturals CBD and hemp products are full-spectrum hemp extract oils. They use only hemp grown in Kentucky, supporting Kentucky farmers and businesses and helping you and your family stay healthy and well. Blue Leaf Naturals, created with care from seed to shelf. Visit their website at blueleafnaturals.com. Blue Leaf Naturals, a Kentucky proud company.
Hey, Scarefest. This is Joe Lewis. My hair is like this because I want to like this movie. I wanted to like the other one, but I didn't like the other one, and this one's slightly better. I'm going to break down the movie known as Fear Street 1978, the year I was born. So Fear Street 1978 Part 2, whatever you want to call it, is a part 2 of a 3-part series of an adaptation of the Fear Street novels that we talked about in the last review. I'm trying to take these movies as they come. I know it's an overarching story, but they are 3 separate films, and they went out of their way to make them almost 2 hours long. Did I mention that in the last one? They're an hour and 45 to 50 minutes. Oddly enough, a little bit of trivia. Part 2 was actually the last one shot. Part 1 was shot first, and Part 3, which is 1666, which I'll review for you next week, was shot secondly, and this was the last one shot. Jamie G, I'll say their name, is a friend of mine. She loved them. She did not argue with me about my review. She said if you take the first one out of context, she could see where my review was coming from. Now that I've seen the second one, it's a little bit slightly better, but it takes forever. The last 45 minutes are pretty good. One thing I want to remind these people, the people that are making these movies, I want to remind them that true terror comes when you care about the characters. If you get invested into a character, you feel bad for them. And if you're invested in Sally and Texas Chainsaw Massacre, you don't want anything to happen to Sally and her friends. You don't want anything bad to happen to that little girl Reagan in Exorcist. If you care about the characters, the horror is huge. I couldn't give 2 shits about anybody in Fear Street. As a compliment to them, I'll give them credit. They have no problem killing off most of them. Even the kids. Lots of kids with axes to the head. I'll give them credit. This movie's slightly better than the other one, although I thought the third act in the other one, especially the last 2 kills, were good. This one has blood everywhere. The kills aren't as creative, but they're fun. They do kill a lot of people. If you get attached to somebody in this movie, don't get attached to anybody in this movie. That's the compliment I'm going to give them. And this one's a little bit more, the third act, as a brisk pace than the other one, or at least the last half. But it takes forever to get there. The story is still convoluted about a witch, sunny side, shady side, Camp Nightwing. This actually movie was shot where they shot Jason Part 6, or Friday the 13th Part 6, Jason Lives, which is, I know, a lot of people's favorite Friday the 13th film. Once again, they do a lot of needle drop music that doesn't quite blend with the movie, but it's not as much as it was on the other one. A few of it takes me out. I like the setting. I enjoy the idea of it, but it's once again very convoluted. and some of the acting just sucks. And I don't care about any of these people. And basically, Fear Street Part 2, 1978 is a flashback. The first one sets it up. The second one's a flashback. And I'm pretty sure the third one's just even more of a flashback to flesh out the tale of a witch haunting this town and while she's murdering everyone. Check it out if you enjoyed the first one. If you didn't like the first one, this one's not great, but I did like the third act. When it gets to just killing, it doesn't quite stop. It's pretty gruesome and it's pretty raw. So I did think that was well done. This has been Joe Lewis. Next week, do you think they can bring it all together with Fear Street Part 3, 1666? I don't think so either, but I'm hoping. I do this for you. All for you, Damien. All for you.
And welcome back, everybody, to the last few moments of Scarefest TV. We were talking about Smoky Mountain Fan Fest, and I'll be in... Now, I'll be in costume for it. I'll be in costume at Comic-Con. I'll be in, of course, Scarefest. Although Scarefest of the bunch might be the worst idea because I have so much other stuff to do. Now, I figure I don't want to wear the same costume all weekend. Now, Friday, Comic-Con, and Scarefest, not doing cosplay. Saturday, I will be in cosplay. I will be in my Tomb Attendant costume. Now, Sunday, I'm trying to decide what to do. And, of course, is it too early to do really bad Santa?
No. It's never too early to do really bad Santa.
It's pretty much like your iconic, like when I think of you,
or
I think
dirty,
of that. Or
dirty
like,
Santa, like Nicole likes to call it.
Yeah, good. I might change the branding on it. I really like that. Really dirty Santa. Because everybody wants their kid's picture taken with really dirty Santa. Now, the other option, for those of you who follow me on Facebook, you may have seen my Dick Pinkerton character, which is basically he's a washed-out detective and he drinks too much and fits me pretty well. Now, the entire character is basically just a guy in a trench coat. Now, the beautiful thing about it is, if you wear a white shirt and a tie, simple black tie, and you can actually you can do one of these mashups like you're talking about, only without even changing fucking clothes. I can do Dick Pinkerton. I can do Constantine.
Constantine's a good one.
Inspector Gadget, I just have to go to the dollar store and get one of those little grabby hands that, you squeeze them in their scissor action and they spring out. And then finally, I got to get an angel sword, which I almost bought one last convention. But I can do Castiel from Supernatural. But I will not do Castiel unless I have an angel sword. And why in the world they think...
What is an angel sword?
An angel sword is basically, it's a short sword. It's maybe 18 inches. And it's a three-sided blade. It's basically a pointy stick. Made out of metal. And the last convention I went to, and they wanted $50 for that thing. And I'm looking at it and I'm going, I can't spend $50 on this just to do cosplay, but if I find one, I'm gonna spend $50. So, yeah. I was wanting a cheap plastic knockoff instead of one that actually, if you could bludgeon someone to death even if you didn't stab them. But
you can't find one on Amazon. Everything's on Amazon.
Last time I looked, I couldn't. So there. I mean, I looked on eBay and
I have a pink samurai sword you can borrow.
No. It has to be an angel sword. And angel swords are like really, really simple. And then that's why
my question is, are you just going to be carrying these around on the
convention? Yes, it's a trench coat.
All of the gadgets.
Well, it's a trench coat.
If people see you reaching into your trench coat, you might get escorted out.
Trust me, I can hide a lot of stuff in the trench coat.
Yeah.
So yeah, and then they brought up everybody in the chat room. If I can, can anybody help me? I need to figure out how to fit McGruff in, because other than being a dog in a trench coat. Same damn thing.
a little badge. You could have like a little.
Well, I'll have a badge for the Dick Pinkerton. So see, the only thing I'm lacking is a dog head.
All you need are big floppy ears.
Exactly. And the other choice is my Captain Jack Rabbit. That one I had to buy the costume because he's a damn rabbit.
It's a rabbit.
Yeah, he's a rabbit with a hook and an eye patch.
But I feel like you can get a lot of wear and tear out of a rabbit costume.
It's hot. And I don't mean hot in the Silver Fox kind of way. It's hot as in sitting on a mountaintop in Tennessee at the beginning of August, end of July, just doesn't sound appealing to me wearing that costume. But anyway, yeah, Captain Jack Rabbit is the other option. Someone in the chat room does like Captain Jack Rabbit. And what else have you used the trench coat for? Well, it's a trench coat, Sharon. It's
Sharon's funny.
So anyway, I've got to decide one.
You could certainly use it as a flasher costume.
Yeah, that was my automatic.
Well, the thing about that is though, then I have to lose the shirt and tie and all that stuff. You can't be a flasher and be fully.
You were just complaining how hot it's gonna be.
In the rabbit costume. Because it's fuzzy. No, actually, probably of all the costumes, actually, probably my tomb attendant will be hottest because that oil skin don't breathe. It's like wearing a leather coat, basically. So, in the mountains in August. So there. But anyway, so that's the plans, everybody. If you come by the booth, and now here's the other fly in the ointment. I'll be doing really bad tarot readings as my cosplay.
Yes, I can't wait for mine.
Yeah, can you like quickly talk a little bit more? Because I've seen your advertisements for it, and I'm like, oh, what is this? Like, it sounds like awesome, but I don't actually know what it is.
Really bad tarot reading is an intuitive tarot card. It's a real tarot card reading.
Oh.
The name came from when I first started doing it. It was a joke. I had no idea I could read tarot cards. I didn't care if I could read tarot cards, but I liked tarot cards. I thought they were pretty. And so I said, what can I call this where I can make it clear that people should not come to me for actual advice? And but I was doing it online. I was doing it, on Facebook. And so I called it Really Bad Tarot. And my first tarot card reading was literally, I pulled a card out and it had a cat holding a boat oar. And I said, this is the perfect time to try something impossible because cats do not have thumbs and therefore could not hold a boat oar. That was all the thought that I put in it. And it was funny. But the thing that really got me was psychics loved it. Tarot card readers loved it. They thought I was hilarious and said, yeah, actually, you're not that far off the meaning of the card in some cases.
That's awesome.
People that go to tarot card readers thought it was blasphemy. I mean, I got lit of people saying, you should leave tarot card reading to the real tarot card readers. I'm like, it's funny. It's a joke. But anyway, so I did, but I thought,
If it's in the name, like it's not fraudulent or anything. Like, like if anything, like you're underplaying yourself.
Well, but anyway, now to continue the story, so I was at a convention that had it had like 50 vendors and like 5 people walking through the building at the time. And I said, I'm not making bank tonight. I'm not even paying my gas money to get here. What can I do to make a little extra money other than selling Scarefest t-shirts? And I had some tarot cards with me. So I took in a magic marker and wrote me a little sign that said, Really Bad Tarot Card Readings. I said, I'm going to do them in person and be funny as hell. And the nice lady sat down across from me and asked about her future. And I pulled a card, and from the Tarot of Fire, I remember it very well, and the Tarot of Fire is a beautifully illustrated deck. But when the artist couldn't come up with a really creative way of incorporating fire into his painting, He just set the people's hair on fire. That was it. You had pictures of people with hair on fire. And I pulled a card, and sure enough, it had 8 people or so sitting around in a circle, and their hair was on fire. And that was it. And I'm looking at that same thing. How can I make this funny? How can I make this funny? Then it came to me. I looked her square in the eye, and I said, someone wants to set your hair on fire. That's what I was counting on. A giggle. It's not as funny when the person sitting across from you is being sent to chemotherapy.
Oh, shit.
Yeah. That was, and so I took a step back and said, wait a minute. I just pulled chemotherapy out of thin air. And I started actually paying attention to what I was doing, and come to find out, I can read tarot cards based on the pictures. Now,
all of these hidden talents are amazing.
I do not claim to have any great mystical ability. I have spirit guides that walk behind me and smack cards out of my hands and say, he'll get it. And that's and I read tarot cards now. And I still call it, but to honor the name, I still call it really bad tarot card reading. Because trust me, no one else does it like I do. No one. People will sit down with me and they'll ask for important advice, and I'm like, $10 tarot card reader. Okay.
How much do tarot card readers typically go for? Is like 10 like a bargain?
It's a bargain, but actually I got to thinking about it. It's not that much of a bargain anymore. What it is, most tarot card readers spend time with you. Might and charge, usually it works out to about $1 a minute. And, so $20 up to $100 if it's, but generally they'll spend, some time with you. And me, the way it works out, most of my readings are done in 10 minutes. And I realized just like 2 weeks at the last Mystic Fair, oh my God, I'm charging the same as everybody else. I just don't do as many readings because I'm full of shit and don't try. But I charge $10, and I figure you will tip your Hooters waitress $10. You can give it to me, and I'll improve your life.
And like on a convention floor, 10 minutes is like more than enough time. Like you don't really want to go over 10 minutes because then you're just taking up space and people's day.
Well, generally, and in my case, I'll put it this way. The more direct the question is, now I don't do very well with people who sit down and just shut down. But if they ask a direct question, the cards will give me a direct answer.
That's awesome.
And I don't hedge my bets. I learned not to. Tarot card story to end the show. Bev McChesney, who everybody knows, Vessel of Spirit, she is her when she's doing her mystical stuff. But she contacted me one night and she said, I'm asking all my psychic and tarot card friends to help me on a missing persons case.
Ooh.
And okay. What have I got to lose? So I sat down and I did my tarot card thing, and I pulled a card, and it had another cat, because it's my favorite cat. It had a cat holding a bowl of fruit. Now, first thing popped into my head. He's feeding people. Well, that's stupid. Why would he be feeding people? In other words, I didn't trust the first thing that came to my head. I didn't trust it. And so I said, well, according to this card, he's okay. And I went into some other stuff. Guess what he was doing?
Feeding people.
Portland, Oregon. I think it was Portland. But it was Oregon.
The waiter.
It might be Seattle, Washington. I think it was Oregon. But one of the protests last summer, taking food to the protesters.
Wow.
So I, once again, but that taught me to trust. The first thing pops into my mind. So when you sit down with me, I will tell you what the cards say, good or bad. Just don't ask me if your boyfriend's cheating, because I will give him an alibi.
Yeah. That's smart.
Yeah. I stay out of that kind of stuff. I've had people ask for marital advice. one lady asked me if she would get a divorce. And basically, I pulled a card and said, I'm not going to say whether or not you will, because the cards don't predict the future. They just guide you to the outcome. But this card literally said to me, he's going to do something so stupid that this is not even a question. Just wait for it to happen.
If he was a guy, you could probably just assume that.
Well, true. And once again, the tarot cards simply lead our own intuition. And yeah, you're right. Yeah, because I can tell, the way she was asked that you're sitting on the couch just waiting for him to come home smelling like the wrong woman or something like that. So anyway, everybody, this has been Scarefest TV. We pulled it off. Now, our guest tonight, who I did all the talking, but anyway, Claire Heaney, up in the corner there. Claire Heaney will be speaking at the Scarefest this year. Not in the bar. You'll be in an actual room. Sorry about that. They sell beer, though. They do sell beer on the convention floor. So we'll be, like I said, we've got a couple celebrity announcements tonight. If you missed them, they were Aaron Ryder and Chris Williams, two lovely, lovely ladies of the paranormal. And so come see Claire, come see Cece, and come see me, and you can come see me in Tennessee next week. Everybody, this has been Scarefest TV.